At Rooted and Growing, we continue our journey through the book of Luke, chapter 16, verses 14 through 18. Kingdom values. The Pharisees, who were lovers of money, were listening to all these things and scoffing at him, making fun of him. And he told them, "You are the ones who justify yourselves in the sight of others, but God knows your hearts." So Pharisees were the ones who, on the surface, they wanted men's opinions of them to be godly, to be perfect. They felt as if they were perfect, and Jesus was saying, "We know your heart, and it's not as clean as it should be. For what is highly admired by people is revolting in God's sight. The law and prophets were until John. Since then, the good news of the kingdom of God has been proclaimed, and everyone is urgently invited to enter in. But it is easier for heaven and earth to pass away than for one stroke of a letter in the law to drop out." The word urgently, from what I'm seeing, is maybe referring back to when John was preaching the gospel, and John preached urgently, trying to get as many people as he possibly could to really open their eyes to what was coming. He wanted these people to accept Jesus for who he was, and that is the Son of God, the Messiah. It goes on to say, everyone who divorces his wife and marries another woman commits adultery, and everyone who marries a woman divorced from her husband commits adultery. That's big. And it's often a hard topic for Christians because there's lots of divorce. I myself am divorced. There are constitutes that does allow divorce. And if you want to read a little more on that, you can go back to Matthew 5:31 through 32 and Matthew 19:9. There's more details on remarriage and what that looks like in regards to the Christian faith and what Jesus has to say about remarriage. From my understanding, if a marriage was dissolved due to sexual immorality, then it is seen in God's eyes as a reason to dissolve the marriage. That is a conversation that's huge, and one that I don't really feel equipped to talk about too much, but I hope that you dig a little deeper. I'm going to dig a little deeper, have done a lot of digging on it, because I have been divorced. And, but the great thing about Jesus is he forgives us. He knows where we are in our journey, and that's exactly what it is. It's a journey. I hope that you are blessed today and continue to dig deeper.